Hey everyone, it's Amy. In today's video, we'll be making this pumpkin coffee cake. It doesn't actually have coffee in it, it's just a pumpkin flavored cake with a crumble topping that will taste perfect with a cup of coffee. So let's get started. We're going to start off with 1.5 cups of flour, and to that we're going to be adding a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And with our pumpkin spices, we have 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. Just add those straight into your dry ingredients. Now using a whisk, just whisk that up and set that aside. Now in a separate large bowl, we're going to be adding half a cup of vegetable oil, along with half a cup of brown sugar, and 1 cup of pumpkin puree. Now mix this together until well combined. Now to a 1/4 cup of milk, you're going to be adding a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Just give that a little mix until it is a uniform brown color like this. Now to our wet ingredients, we're going to be adding half of our dry ingredients. Just blend that in. And you want to add half of your maple syrup milk and mix that in once again. And then you just want to repeat the process again, add the rest of the flour, and as you mix that through, you want to add the rest of the milk as well. Once I was done mixing, I switched over to a spatula just to give it a final mix so that I know all the dry ingredients are well combined. Now you want to take a 9-inch springform pan and you want to grease the sides with some cooking spray. You can use a square pan or just a regular pan, but I find when you have a streusel topping on the top of your cake, it's really easy to use a springform pan so all the crumbs don't fall off. So now I'm adding the batter into the cake pan. And now you want to use your spatula, just try to spread this out as evenly as you can because this is a bit of a thick cake batter. Now we're going to be making our streusel crumb topping. So to half a cup of flour, you're going to add half a cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Just grab a whisk and mix that up. I did use some old brown sugar today, so there are a bit of clumps. So try to get it as even as you can. Now you want a 1/4 cup of cold unsalted butter. Just break that up into little cubes like this. And now you're going to add that into your flour mix. Now you can use a pastry cutter or cut this up with 2 knives. But honestly, I find that the best tool is your hands. So just get in there and just break up the butter into the dry ingredients. And eventually you'll get something that kind of looks like wet sand. Now you want to sprinkle this onto the top of your batter. Just try to cover up the batter so you don't see any of it peeking through. Now you're going to bake this at 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius for about 40 to 50 minutes. Once that comes out of the oven and is completely cooled, you want to take a knife and just run it around the edges. And because this is a springform pan, I can just pop open the side and just release the cake. And this is what it looks like. Just cut a slice and dig in. I love the pumpkin flavor and the crumb topping just absolutely matches perfectly with the cake. And have a cup of coffee with it, enjoy it, and I hope you guys try this recipe out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone!